Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chums channel. Today we're gonna review the Saberforge Arbiter. So let's jump into it, shall we? And welcome back. So we're going to take a close-up look of the Saberforge Bastion. This is of course the V2 version, as you already know, and so far is the all-weathered version. And I have to say, this hilt is really cool. Let's start with the emitter. The emitter is unique in that it has these edges with small windows in between each section, and it looks really unique and different. The blade puck, really nice, and when the light shines through it, it's really awesome. And then we have the mid section, or the control section, and quite interesting. It's quite deep. These groups are actually quite deep, go all the way around. Dummy switches these days are just plastic inserts, very easy to remove. You just pry something in between and take them out if you want to install the electronics yourself. Then we have the mid section. Mid section is a little bit plain, but it really has a theme in there with horizontal and vertical grooves coming together in harmony. It's a really nice hilt, and personally I think this is a perfect Jedi hilt. I feel this is more of a Jedi hilt than a Sith hilt, but nonetheless I like the weathering, because I scratch up my hilts pretty easy, and with weathering you don't see that really. And the bottom, this is the pommel. The pommel looks very similar to the actual emitter, and that's really cool that it starts in the emitter and it ends on the pommel. On the pommel it's a little bit more aggressive, where you have this groove here. It's actually blown up and made a little bit more aggressive on the bottom section here. We can also unscrew the pommel. This pommel is pretty unique in that it has this edge here, so you can see this ring here that closes off the pommel section here. So it closes off on the top, and I don't know why, but I really like that. I like that it has this edge here, and that it has some space in between here, and it's not flush with this section here, so it gives a little bit more of an yeah, it makes the hilt feel more slim. I really dig that. So the vent for the sound is actually very shallow, so your speaker can be all the way up to here. That means the speaker is very close to the end of the speaker vent, but there's still like 1 to 2 inches of space before the sound is all the way here. But it doesn't matter, because you have these vent holes, so sound is already vented out from all sides. And because this is still sort of a resonation chamber, I think that will help to give you a more powerful sound output in terms of volume over some other pommel designs. And the inside, yeah, very nice hilt. It's all clean and all polished from the inside as well. No surprises there. It's very nicely done. The saber lies very nice in the hand. It's a little bit slippery in this area because I have sweaty hand palms. So for spinning I might add a wrap or something here. I'm not sure yet, but we will see how it works out. This V2 weathering does help a whole lot though, because this texture is a lot more grippy than when it would be polished. So I might manage very well just how it is, but it looks really cool. just a size measure. I'm gonna wrap things up here. So the hilt itself measures around 10 inches. 10.2 inches. So it's definitely on the shorter end. I think it's more in line with the Saberforge consular. If you've not seen that video yet, check it out. And the hilt diameter is approximately 3.5 inch in diameter. Just comparison time. Let's get a Saberforge Oracle in here, and a Saberforge Emerald Knight. Now the Oracle and the Bastion in terms of length are similar, but definitely not as long. Let's show you the height really quickly. Here we go. So you can see the the Bastion is definitely the shortest of the bunch. The Oracle still has this point here, but that point on the back is a lot higher, even higher than the Emerald Knight. So I that feels like a little bit of cheating. This hilt is definitely shorter. So if you're in the market for a light, short hilt, and you didn't like the consular, but for example you like this design, this is a very good pick. This is a very good pick. It's an no nonsense hilt. There's not many greeblies, not many stuff going on, but what's going on is beautiful. This emitter section is amazing. If you have the LED shine through it, it's an absolutely delight to the eyes. So that was my short close-up view. Let's go to the verdict area. And welcome back. So I hope you liked the close-up view. Let's do a verdict on this hilt and then wrap it up. So first of all, I would like to say this is a fantastic hilt. I love the Saberforge Apprentice hilt line. They're affordable, they're functional, they're comfortable to play with, they're comfortable for dueling and spinning. And that is, I think, an important factor. And overall, they're just awesome looking. They're good for cosplay and whatnot as well. It's just a very good purchase, in my opinion. So what I like about this hilt, I like everything. The aesthetics, very unique, but yet very simple. It's a lot. Essentially, it's just a tube with a lot of serrated areas, vertical and horizontal, and it has a lot of like these gutters and gaps and holes and emitter holes. It looks really cool. It's a really unique hilt. I really think this is more of a Jedi hilt than a Sith hilt. Just because out of simplicity, like a Jedi Guardian or a Jedi, Jedi Guardian. I would see something. I would see the Jedi wear this as a casual piece, not maybe in the V2 weathered version, more like the standard polished version. But I wanted to have the weathered version because I always have sweaty hands. I live in a very humid area in Hong Kong, and the weathering helped me to add more grip to my sabers to play with them, and it really does help. It's a shorter hilt, so for heavy dueling, I would say it's not ideal. It can be done, but it's just not ideal because it's just shorter hilt. So it's more like you have two hilts, two short ones, like a Shodo and like a little bit like a Shokotano. A lot of guys like to duel with two hilts, two sabers. I think that is a more comfortable hilt. The hilt itself is also very light. It's maybe the lightest apprentice hilt I have handled so far. It's that light. It's super light. It's very close to the features or the aesthetic, not aesthetic, as the length as the Saberforge consular, but the consular is a true one-hander because it's just the emitter section doesn't land for holding the saber very high up. But this one is not bad. I think for spinning, this one is very comfortable. You can grip it a lot of areas and yet have a good grip on it. The midsection might be a little bit harder to grip it nicely if you have sweaty hands. So this is just something to know of, because it's basically long flat areas. In this case it has the V2 weathering, so it adds some texture on it, but otherwise it's just sleek and slim, and that will probably with sweaty hands will result in sabers sometimes flying out of your hand. But from what I've seen is I believe Daniel Lane, the master of spinning lightsabers, has no issue spinning this saber, so I bet with a little bit of practice you can definitely achieve that as well. Yeah, overall very nice basic hilt. I like it a lot. I do recommend it. Cons, I cannot really find any cons. There's no sharp edges on it, there's no real issues with construction that I can think of, or anything that's wrong or weird that I think that I should point out. Overall very nice hilt, and yeah, I do recommend it. As always, hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, that would really help me to do more of these lightsaber reviews. I have a whole bunch of them already lined up, so please stay tuned for that, and see you in the next video. Stay scummy!